Somebody was saying that he doesn't do something because he doesn't have time, and I was like laughing. That it's rarely about the time. In most of the cases, it's actually about the priority. That we all have time, but the question is that thing that we are trying to invest our time on, because time is a resources, time is limited. Therefore, we never have enough of it. But all of us have access to 24 hours of the time, including the person who is laying on the bed, the person who is scrolling on just the Facebook and Instagram without really taking action, and the person who is taking action. All of us have the same amount of time, including those who are going to make use of their time and those who are going to waste their time. The question, therefore, is when you are given a task to execute, or when you sign up for something to execute on something, to do anything at all, whether you take the decision on your own or you sign with other people that you want to do something, it is never about whether you have enough time to do it. It's always whether you feel that it is relevant to you. It's always about relevance, about the um, the sacrifices that you are going to make. In economics, you remember if you have gone to the primary school, I think secondary school now, and you did what they call the scale of preference and the opportunity cost, which is to say, anything you do, anything at all that you do, is opportunity cost for something else that you didn't do. Let me break it down. If you are taking a decision to do something, that is an opportunity cost for something else that you are not doing. If you decide to wake up to do something, that is the opportunity cost of you maybe deciding to relax at home. Therefore, with me, is it better for you to relax at home or to wake up and walk 2 or 3 kilometers to do something, to help somebody, to take an action, to execute a task? It's always opportunity cost. So when you say you don't want to do something or you don't have the time to do something, you're actually saying that the time you have is better off spent somewhere than doing this particular thing, which is supposed to be the opportunity cost of that thing that you were supposed to do as against what you eventually did, or the negligence of that particular thing. Whether you spend your time judiciously or not, your inaction is a payment for your action, which is the way that you would basically spend your time anyway, whether you spend it judiciously or you wasted it, you actually spend it. You spend it. So the idea that we don't have time is not really true. We all have time. We all have access to the 24 hour. The question is, what do we spend the time on? What are our value? When you say, I am going to do this, how valuable is your words? When you say, I will show up tomorrow, how valuable is that for you? If you have value, then you will show up tomorrow, irrespective of what will happen, except, of course, there are some instances that they are beyond, that maybe something happened that is far beyond your control. But these are rarely the cases for most people. What most people will do is that they know that they are able to take the action or execute the task. They will not do it because they feel, well, I will just say this is why I didn't do it, because they believe that they will be able to bring out a very good excuse, which of course you will have. This is why they say the person who say he can do something is right. Guess what? The person who say he cannot do something is also right. Because there is more than a million reasons why you will do something. There is more than a million reasons why you wouldn't do the same thing. So it is not lack of excuse. It's because for the sake of maybe those who decide that they were going to do something, they didn't do it, is because their word sometimes is not valuable, Or, of course, something else could have happened. Maybe because you have reevaluated the circumstances, you decide that it's not worth your time. But we don't need to blame it on the time, like saying, oh, there is no time. It is not a question of there is no time. The question is that when you measure it, the opportunity cost, what is the consequence of your action as against your inaction? You came to the conclusion that your inaction is more valuable than your action. It is not because of the time. The time is always there. So if you don't take action, it's better off for you to say, I didn't take the action because I chose to based on ABC. Instead of saying there was no time. Time is always there. So I just wanted to clarify that little myth that sometimes we go around and say, oh, there was no time, there is no time, I don't have time, I don't have time. No, you have time. All of us have time. The question is, what are we spending the time on? What is valuable for us? And what is the opportunity cost of our action as against inaction? Well, this is Monday, and I hope you have planned for today that you are going to execute a particular task, because when you stack it up, what you do today, Monday, what you do tomorrow, Tuesday, and the day after that, and the day after that, that is how you eventually come to what you are going to conclude at the end of the week, at the end of the month, and at the end of the year. That is, if you remember, if you have set your goal where you are going. And this is fundamentally important now. In my 5-part storytelling mastery, I usually will tell people, now, take a look at it. Imagine your life. You have lived it already. I will usually say, think about your life, 85, 90. You have lived your life already. You are now recounting it, because at that age, you are basically talking about what have happened to you. I say, what kind of story do you want to tell at that time? I usually will suspend it there, and I will say, okay, now let's go back. Now that you know the story you want to tell in your 85 years of age, let's go back and start working towards that. Think about that for a moment. Is that you will have a blinder on your face, on the two sides of your eyes. You are focused on that thing where you want to go. You are taking your task carefully, and which is opportunity cost of the task that you are not taking, or the action that you are not taking, because you are going somewhere intentionally, deciding that this is what you want to do. Do you have the time to do that? Of course, of course, of course. But do you have also the time not to do that? Of course. The time is always there. You can never stop the time. But what do you do with that time? What are you planting that will germinate tomorrow? What kind of input are you putting into the direction that you are going? You say you are going to a place. You say, sign me on that. I will sign my name on that I will do this. If you don't do it, it is not really because there is no time. It's because it is not valuable to you. Because if it is valuable, you will have the time to do it. And if you are going somewhere, if you really believe that you are going somewhere, if you really believe that you want to do that and it is of value to you, you will find the time to do it. So find the time to do something that is valuable to you. And don't use time as an excuse, because there is always time to do the unnecessary, the unimportant, the unvaluable. You could as well do it for what is valuable to you, because you say, this is what I want to do. So do it. Take your action. The right action that will move you to where you want to go. Happy Monday.